WrestleMania 9 is the worst WrestleMania ever. At least that's my opinion as of right now. I haven't seen them all. And if you're new to this channel, welcome to Essence of Wrestling. In this series, we are going through every single WrestleMania ever. I've been a WWE fan for my entire life, but I've only been like a hardcore fan where I watch every single week from about 2015. But I never took the time to go back and watch some of the classics, so that's what I'm doing in this series. I'm going back and watching every single WrestleMania from 1 to, well, 42 probably. We might even finish this before 42, but you know what I mean. So if you want to join me on this journey, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like this video, and if you like it a lot, please make sure to check out my other reviews from WrestleManias from 1 up until 8. Thank you, and let's get into this. So yeah, WrestleMania 9, it's finally the time. I've heard many tales about WrestleMania 9 and how bad it was, but man, I could not be prepared. This was just so damn bad. It was ancient Rome themed, which was actually pretty cool at first, and then just kind of I don't get it. It just kind of became cringe at some point. Actually, it's not at some point, it's pretty early on, but yeah, it just got very, very cringe. And also the commentary team was actually, I think, pretty fun, pretty interesting. It was the first commentary team that Gorilla Monsoon wasn't on, and it was the commentary team, try saying commentary team that many times in a row. It was Jim Ross, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Bobby the Brain the Weasel Heenan. And look, it was a pretty fun commentary team, nothing too great, nothing too bad. Again, when it comes to WrestleMania this bad, the commentary team just could not save it no matter who it was. However, as bad as this WrestleMania was, it actually started off pretty good. We had a match between Tatanka and Shawn Michaels, and it was actually a pretty great Intercontinental Championship match. Shawn Michaels did lose by countout, but he retained that beautiful looking Intercontinental Championship. Just look at that beauty. And yeah, again, really great match, really fun. And that's what got me so weird, because again, I've heard tales of how bad this WrestleMania was, and then it started out great, and I was like, okay, what? Am I missing something? Am I just stupid? But no, it gets worse. It just gets worse. Next match would be between the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott. For all of you who don't know, these are father and uncle of Braun Breaker, for all of you more modern fans, versus the Head Shrinkers, who are Samu and Fatu. For all of you who don't know, Fatu is Rikishi, so yeah, a lot of really fun names in this. But the match was not that great. It went on for too long. I think it went on for like 18 minutes for a second match that wasn't a title match. It wasn't nothing special, it just went on for far too long, and I got bored like a couple of times watching it. I really did, where I just lost concentration. I was just like, I can't watch this. It was just boring for a lot of it. Nothing happened, so yeah. The Steiner Bros would win via a Frankensteiner, and that's all you need to know. And this version of the Frankensteiner wasn't the new version we have today, where Braun Breaker does it off the top rope, as Scott Steiner did back in the day. It's actually a like kind of off the floor thing. Like, just take a look.
I can't recall.
Steiner in the hole! They got him in a Frankensteiner!
And did I tell you this WrestleMania gets worse? Because we have Doink the fucking Clown versus Crush. And again, as I've heard legends about this WrestleMania 9, I've also heard legends about Doink the Clown, especially playing WWE 2K games. And what the fuck is this? Like, for a long time, when I was just like playing 2K games in like earlier in my childhood, and even like actually up to quite recently, I did actually think that Doink the Clown was just like a NPC character that they have in the game to, I mean, help you get someone on your roster in your MyGM mode, so you can like have someone that is cheap, and that's it. I didn't actually expect it to be a real thing, and then I think a couple months ago or a year ago, I found out that he was real, and I could not believe it. I just could not believe it. Again, really not good at all. Also, do you want to know how this match ends? Doink the fucking Clown 2, Electric Boogaloo, comes into the ring and hits Crush with a prosthetic arm, and Doink the Clown wins. What was Doink the Clown? I think I need to do a deep dive on this shit. Next, we would have an actually half-decent match that would just last for way too short, which was the match between Razor Ramon and Bob Backlund. For all of you who don't know, Bob Backlund is a legend of the business, and he's actually an ex-champion of the WWF. In fact, he was the champion back when it was still called the WWF. Back in 1978, he won the title. So yeah, his return was like a really big thing, and he actually, I'm pretty sure, won the title later on as well. Ramon would win this match in 4 minutes with the small package. Again, a decent match. It was short, it wasn't nothing spectacular. It did what it was supposed to do, it didn't take too much time, I'm happy with it. Money Incorporated, aka Ted DiBiase and IRS, are then up against the Mega Maniacs, aka Brutus Beefcake and Hulk Hogan, and this was for the WWF Tag Team belts. When I first saw this, I was just thinking, at least Hulk Hogan is not in the main event. Money Incorporated would actually try to walk out of this match the same way they did at WrestleMania 8, but look, a sudden change of rules. You know how the rules usually work, where you walk out and you lose the match but you don't win the title? Well, Hulk Hogan is in this match, so if you walk out, you lose the title as well, because Hulk Hogan is in this match. Again, really stupid stuff. And of course, Money Incorporated would re-enter the match. Hulk Hogan would actually cheat, and the crowd would still cheer. He would cheat by using the Brutus Beefcake mask, and he would get disqualified for that, even though Jimmy Hart counted the pin in a ref suit. Again, just try to get your hand around this. Money Incorporated are having to deal with a sudden change of rules. Hulk Hogan cheats, the ref is knocked out, so Jimmy Hart has to count their pins in a ref suit. But of course, the pin does not count, and then another ref comes out and he says, well, you guys are disqualified because you hit them with a mask, even though there was no ref in the ring to see that. Again, it was just a bending the rules, stupid kind of match. My brain cells hurt. Then we would have Lex Luger versus Mr. Perfect, and this was a pretty decent match. Lex Luger would win with like a kind of reversal, even though Perfect Sweet were on the rope. Mr. Perfect would then go searching for Lex Luger after the match, but Shawn Michaels is there to help the narcissist. You know what it's time for now? Streak Watch! And in this episode of Streak Watch, Undertaker wrestles a broomstick. Of course, the match I'm talking about is Undertaker versus Giant González. And the only good thing about this match was Undertaker's entrance. Giant González might just be the worst wrestler I've ever seen. Not even Daniel Bryan could save this man. You know how we always make jokes, this guy could wrestle a broomstick? I'm pretty sure it's easier to wrestle a broomstick than Giant González. And Undertaker would win because Giant González used a chloroform rug. I don't know. Don't look at me like that. I wasn't the one booking the match. Also, for all of you who still believe that the streak was this kind of magical thing with no bad matches, no nothing, please go watch this match. And look, the streak is a legendary thing, but there were some fumbles in there. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming, we have Hulk Hogan saying he's going to challenge whoever wins tonight in the main event between Bret Hart and Yokozuna for the WWF title. Wait, Hulk Hogan says he's going to challenge... No, please God, please no. And the main event happens, and it's Bret Hart versus Yokozuna. The biggest thing standing out to me during this match was the crowd chanting USA in a match between a Canadian and a Samoan trying to pretend to be Japanese. I just love these old school wrestling fans where it's just all about the US of A and that's it. I love it. I love it so damn much. And yeah, it was a good match, nothing too special. Bret Hart would get Yokozuna in a sharpshooter, but Mr. Fuji would throw salt in his eyes and Yokozuna would win. Hogan would then come out and he would immediately get the match between him and Yokozuna. Mr. Fuji, for whatever reason, just tries to set up the match and that's it, even though Yokozuna is clearly tired. Hulk Hogan is acting like a heel this entire, event. What is going on? Fuji would then try to throw salt in Hulk Hogan's eyes, but he would miss. 1, 2, 3. Hogan is on top yet again after yet another WrestleMania. Actually, what the hell is this about? Actually, that was such a bad ending. Most of this card was really bad. There were some bright spots, but I just can't believe the WWE survived after this, because this was kind of nearing the peak of WCW, kind of not nearing the peak. WCW was not at their peak at this point, but they were building up to it. And WWF made this, and in my mind, it's not a surprise that WCW took them over in ratings if this is what WWF looked like back in, what was this, 1993. And you know what they say, WrestleMania is the entire year, just in short format. It's like to represent the entire year the company has had, and if this was WWE at the time, God, was it bad. But yeah, again, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out my other reviews right here or here on one of the sides, and thank you. Arrivederci.